Let's Bill here. I'm going to quickly go through this. So I'm really not interested in getting into too much in this game. Here's my thoughts on a 5-1 loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So far this season, the Leafs have lost or been outscored by the Columbus Blue Jackets, I believe, 11-3. This is a winnable game. You get some extra points in the division. And I didn't think the Leafs played horribly. This game could have been completely different if the Leafs could have potted one in the first period. They dominated the first period. They won the first period. They didn't win on the scoreboard. They did have some power plays, but you got to bury your chances. They never buried anything. Merzlikins, this guy had like a 880 save percentage coming into this game, and now he's the next coming of Patrick Waugh. That's typically what the Leafs can do. They weren't able to bury it. Even into the second period, I think the Leafs were the better team. There wasn't a save to be had. I'm not going to... Hildeby didn't have a good game. I think when you give up 4 goals on 13 shots, that's not good. It ended up being 4 goals on, 18 shots. You need a save in there for sure. However, there were some glaring things that happened. On the first goal, I saw the Sportsnet again. I should have played darts. Anytime I see the Sportsnet panel, just walk away. TSN, even Prime, I'm in for it. I'll listen. But Sportsnet, no, I'm not interested. But anyways, they're blaming McCabe. The issue on this play was that Morgan really was on the end of a shift on a power play. All he had to do was take 2 strides, skate, and get in front of the way. He played him to the outside, probably thinking that the goalie's going to have the shot. I don't know if he realized he didn't have Joseph Woll in the net, but Joseph Woll wasn't in the net. It was Hildeby. And Fantilli rips a shot that should have been stopped. But it went in. It's 1-0. Again, you're dominating the game. It's not the end of the world. But before I get into it, it's a special Ryan Reaves report. Unfortunately, that dummy had to play tonight because I believe the Leafs had a whole bunch of injuries in the last game, and it looks like they might have got another injury. So just a fantastic game overall. I believe they had an injury to Dewar and Patchapritti. And so... Reaves goes into the lineup, and Reaves goes on to have the first of the night. So let me give you the Ryan Reaves report. Ryan Reaves. 0, 0, 0. But this is where it changes. -1. 5. 5 under the penalty minutes and 8:07 of ice time. He fought Matthew Olivier and lost. His first fight of the season. No, it wasn't a bad fight. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, Ryan Reaves, that's a terrible fight. It was a good fight. I think there was about 75 haymakers thrown and none landed. But overall, again, he fought. Now, here's what happened probably. He was so embarrassed in the last game of what the Jacques guy did to him that he probably went over to Olivier, and Olivier said, yeah, I understand. You're a tough guy. You've been struggling. You basically embarrassed yourself last game. I'll fight you, because there was no bad blood. They were tapping themselves on the ass afterwards to say good fight. Didn't change momentum. Wasn't, to me, what's the big deal? You fought. Whoop-de-freaking-do. There's a time to fight to do actual momentum. I think he just fought because he got embarrassed in the last game, and he was going to fight the next game after that because he was so embarrassed. But whatever. Olivier beat him, so... sorry, you Ryan Reaves fans are going to tell me that Ryan Reaves won that fight. Is that what I'm going to hear in the comments? Ryan Reaves won that fight? If you did, just put it in the comments. I'll laugh at you, and I'll think you're the biggest moron I've ever met, but you go ahead. But he fought. He did his job. First time he's done his job in 30 games. First time he's done his job in a calendar year. So good for you, Ryan Reaves. It did nothing, but I like the -1 too, right? Actually, I think the fourth line was that bad. But anyways, going into the second period, again, the game is 1-0. They're, breakaways. They're getting shots. Matthews got robbed. I don't know how many shots did Matthews have tonight. 6. He scored on 1. It was just Rob's show, but they're playing on the outside. This is the nonsense. And then they're doing the little Boitanos and Brian Orsers all around the ice, doing their passing on the power play, all on the outside. Like when they scored last power play, they scored because Matt Nye was in front of the net and got through. The one thing I'll say something, this is unbelievable. Morgan really cannot get a shot through. That man cannot take a shot and not have it blocked. It's not possible. The guy's only been in the league for about 12 years. He cannot get a shot through. It gets blocked every time. Morgan Riley shots on net. I got to see what this Morgan Riley shots on net. There were 0. You want to know there was 0? They all got blocked. Oh, I should give you the Morgan Riley report because that's got a ton of zeros. 0, 0, 0, -2, 0, 0. 21 minutes of ice time. Great game, Morgan. Really? Like, something's got to be said at this point, right? Like, he's a bad player. Anyways, 1-0, and then the top line dominates and stays on the ice too long. They forgot to change when they were doing the offensive zone. That's a complete and utter selfish play by everyone. Matthews, Nyes, and Marner, because then they go back into their end. They're tired. All Marner has to do is do a little play to get it out of the zone. He can't do it. For some reason, what happened to Jake McCabe playing with Tanev? Because Jake McCabe with Morgan Riley and Jake McCabe with Connor Timmins don't suit up. And Timmins overplays it on the boards. McCabe comes over to help. He helps nobody. Pass over and Axleaf, James Van Riemsdyk. Wow, that's a shocker that he scored. I think he scored in the other game too. Just keeps scoring against the Leafs. He scored when he was on the Flyers. He scores on whatever team that James Van Riemsdyk goes to other than the Leafs. He scores against the Leafs. Makes it 2-0. And then I don't know what Morgan really was doing here, but again, a sloppy third line shift. It was the Domi line and Mitten, and sloppy as all nonsense. Robertson didn't move at any point. He just stood there and watched while his defenseman, Zaborensky, was going around the ice. Great defensive play there, Nick. That's how you play it? And the puck gets patted around, and Riley doesn't move. He's looking around for it. Really? Really? Where's the puck? Really? Fantilli takes it off him, skates around the net, and bangs home the rebound. And again, probably another one that Hildeby should have grabbed the rebound. Hildeby's not an NHL goalie. And again, here's another question. Why are we starting Hildeby when you got Wall? The Leafs have a 3-game gap until they play Ottawa, and then next week they only have 2 games. So, like, why don't you just post Shesterkin and ride the guy? No, we're going to overthink it and put Hildeby in the net. Anyways, that freaking 3-0. It's laughable. And then you got Connor Timmins making a hell of a pass to Lucas. What the hell was his name? Lucas, the guy had 5 names. Del Bell Baluz. Why don't you just combine that to Baluz? Lucas Del Bell Baluz. Is that 3 names? 4 names? That's 1 last name with 3 last names? Lucas Del Bell. Why don't you just go with Lucas Bellows? Is the mother's name Bell and the father's name's Bellows and they just combined it? Or is it a full name? It's a weird goddamn name. I'm sorry. It's just a weird name. Lucas Del Bell Bellows. That just rolls off the tongue. And he gets the benefit of a Connor Timmins. No, I'm hoping that did they give Timmins the assist on that? They should. No, it was unassisted, but they should give it to him. Well, I mean, it was a hell of a backhand pass to put it on his skate. You really can't blame Hildeby on that one when your defenseman just hands it over, because Pontus Holmberg is sucking his thumb, having a swig over there, and watching that go in the net. Beautiful play. 4-0. The Leafs then score to make it 4-1, and then Chief J Strongbow starts drinking from the Strongbow and decides to pull his goalie on a 4-on-4 with 8 minutes left. Now, can you explain? The Leafs should be a pretty dominant 4-on-4 team. Why pull the goalie with 8 minutes left? You could score without the goalie. He just gave the game away. Sit here. And, maybe he saw Fantilli's moment in gonna throw our hat after that. Yeah, great hat trick. Fantilli's first hat trick against the Leafs. What great stories! Isn't it great to be a Toronto Maple Leaf fan and have the Fantilli story, first hat trick? Wherever he came from, Vaughan or whatever it was. And then you got Lucas Del Bell Baluz from whatever, Woodbridge. Gets up 2 points in the game. Just great stories. Just fantastic. I'm glad the Leafs could give you those nice stories. Again, this game's completely different if they score they just couldn't bury it tonight for whatever reason. I didn't think they played horrible for the first half of the game, but the goaltending didn't give them one save, and After that third goal, that was it. Morgan really had a putrid game. I gave you the reports, even worse than the Ryan Reaves report. Ryan Reaves, you fought. Maybe we give you a hero cookie, even though you lost the fight. So you're 0-1 this year. Fantastic. I don't know what else to say. Lost to a Columbus Blue Jackets. We're going to sit back here in April and wonder why the Leafs didn't win the division. And we're going to see the way that they pissed away 4 points against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Just pissed it away. They play Ottawa on Saturday. I will not be at home on Saturday. I am doing a venture to my daughter's university to help her out. So I'll be watching it in a hotel room. I don't think I'm going to do a video from a hotel room, but I'll do the video on Sunday when I get back. Cheers.